Everyone believes in the American dream until it comes true. I was struggling with this difficulty of my reality, which was that, when I started out in the gym, which was my first business, I didn't have enough money for 2 rents. And so I had saved up all my money for 2 years to start the gym, and I didn't have enough money for rent, so I just slept at the gym, which I was fine with. And customers basically could figure out because they could see my pillow in the corner, like they kind of got what was going on. And they were like, good for you for, pursuing your dream, like that's awesome, like keep at it. And then like the gym started to grow, right? It started to fill up. I started to be able to hire employees, and probably 9 months later or a year later, I'd come in, and at this point I have a manager for the location, and it kind of runs not without me, but like I owned it more than me running, working inside of it. And I would show up, and then like, the clients would be like, boss man's here, And I remember being like, wait, you guys said that you were rooting for me to pursue my dream, and now that I've accomplished my dream, you guys make snide remarks at me. And it was, I've said this before, but it was the first time that I realized that people want you to do well, just not better than them. As you continue to achieve, you will see that in the vast majority of people. Now, I believe that special friends exist who truly want you to win. And if you have those people, like hold them close, because most people aren't like that. Most people will be happy either overtly or more likely subconsciously, or under the surface. When you lose, they're happy because it makes them feel better about the things they didn't take on, the risks they didn't take. And so it's tough. Business isn't for the faint of heart, but at the same time, neither is life. And so I think like everything is hard. And I think that the only real flaw in the system is that we have a belief that it shouldn't be. And that if we somehow change our conditions, it will get easier. And it basically just never does. And I think that's been something that's like helped me kind of get through my like woe is me wallowing moments that I have, which is like, if I had a job that I was unsatisfied with, I would be unhappy. If I have stressors of day-to-day business that occur, like that also can make me unhappy. Now, of course, we can make the argument, nothing makes you happy or unhappy. But I am human, probably like you, and I have things that definitely I have better days and worse days. And I think that more or less across all of these situations, I have more or less stayed the same, right? Like I think there are things that money buys you that make life more convenient. And it's definitely one of those things that you never believe people until you have it. So I'm not going to try and dissuade you from doing it. My whole channel is about helping you grow your business. But I think that it helped me get over a lot of stress in thinking that this should not be this way. Like just like what demand of the universe am I making that isn't true? Business should be easy. It should feel better. It shouldn't be this stressful. Like it shouldn't have this many people problems. And also comparing it to the alternative, which also has problems. And so I think a lot of times we get into this really negative spiral as business owners, which is we compare ourselves. We look at the grass on the other side of the field, but we don't know that it's lined with manure, right? That's what makes it grow. And I think I try to remind myself of that. Like whenever there's a green pasture, it's like it's built on shit. And so that helps me just say like, okay, I just don't know what the shit is on the other side, but it's there. And that kind of gets me, kind of back in the saddle and focused.